It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. I just realized my brand went completely crazy here on StreamYard. What is this dark name down here? I miss my purple. I recorded live. I pre-recorded for tomorrow's show with Zach Peter this morning. So I think he messed everything up for me. He messed everything up. And now everything's messed up. He ruined everything. Once again, Zach Peter ruins everything in my life. Just kidding. You guys know I'm going to Chicago on Saturday. Heading on over to Zactivated. And speaking of, 1 month from today, y'all, is Dosers Live. Can you imagine? Whoa, whoa, oh, oh. Can you imagine it? Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't worry. That song's coming up in just a momentito. We are going to, we are so close to sold out. Like, I'm talking maybe 2 or 3 tickets away from sellout, complete sellout of Daily Dose of Donna Dosers Live, first annual Dosers Live. I've got people coming in, flying on in. I've got people locally. All my friends are coming. I've got dosers coming in. I've got Zach coming. Sarah Frazier's going to be there. I have Stu's going to come on in. I was texting him after a couple martinis on Saturday night. He'll be there. I am so excited. DJ's going to be there. Food, drinks. I've got my planner girls from San Diego area. They're coming on in. I've got Lori, my photographer, is coming on in. It'll be so much fun. We've got my taco man helping us out with the we've got margaritas. We've got, I don't know if we're going to call them margaritas or we should call them something else. I've got Donaritas spelled Dana, just to piss all y'all off. Don't worry, we're going to have a good time. Go to dailydosepod.com/dosers live to get your hands on the last few tickets. Support Daily Dose of Donna. It will be so much fun. And just a reminder, while you're there, make sure to sign up for the newsletter, dailydosepod.com/newsletter. Every week, I put in amazing links to things I wear that week, books I'm reading, podcasts I'm listening to, TV shows I'm watching, hyperfixations of mine. What else? Oh, and all the links that are sponsoring my show so you guys can get really good discounts. MC High Life is wondering if I am serving Betty booze. And the answer is hell to the no. Unless she's sponsoring it, unless she wants to send me some Betty booze, I would never buy that. Number one, I would never support that. And number two, I hear it tastes like shit. Shit. Dosaritas, yeah. Duh. Dosaritas is where it's at. Can you imagine? We need a Dosarita. We do have a couple we have a dark story today, so I'm not going to go deep into the Kohberger because I don't want to go dark today. We have to talk about Jax Taylor. That's dark enough. And Scheana Shay. Jeez. We're going to talk about, we will cover Kohberger, but in a very, very light way, okay? Because I can't go there. I did not watch it live. I couldn't watch the impact statements. We will just lightly touch it. We'll talk about some conspiracy theories about Amy Bradley is missing. Guys, I have changed my mind. I am now convinced something very different, and it may not be popular. It may not be popular, but you know me and my conspiracy theory rabbit holes. And y'all, I'm going to blow your mind, but I see everything differently now about Amy Bradley. We're also going to talk about the Valley and why Jax Taylor really needs to, he should maybe go on a cruise ship and somehow be missing, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Plus a little bit about Gwyneth Paltrow. I have a Gwyneth Paltrow thing to talk about. And Scheana Shay. Scheana Shay. So much to talk about today. Everyone get your arms stretched and ready. It's your Daily Dose of Donna. Oh my God, I don't know why my style, my brand is totally not the way it normally is. It's going to really upset me. How do I go back to the way it normally is? I'm going to try to play around with it. Hold on. What if I'd go to, ooh, okay, hold on. That's a little bit better. Let's get, okay. I think I'm back. I think I'm back. I think we're better. Okay. That was a little stressful for me. You guys, look, we have a lot to talk about. I spent a lot of yesterday in a rabbit hole of, well, I went through a lot of good and a lot of bad, but I was peer pressured yesterday. And you know how they say, do not fall into peer pressure. And unfortunately, I don't have ability. I guess I'm not an independent thinker, because Zach Peter called me and he said, you have to listen to Scheana Shay's book. And I said, I can't do that. And I told you guys this yesterday on the show. I said, I can't do that. I especially can't listen to it. Because no offense, Scheana Shay, but maybe offense, I can't handle her. I'm just not a Scheana Shay lover. And I'm sorry. I am sorry, but I'm just not. And the truth is that someone like Scheana, and you'll hear me talk about this tomorrow on Zach's show, like there's certain people out there that always wonder why drama follows them around. And that is Scheana Shay. Scheana Shay is a magnet to drama. It's like it sucks. It sucks to her, right? And then she's always like, why? But why do people not like me? And that's the kind of energy that I'm not into. At least have some self-awareness that you are attracting chaos in your life. I'll talk about that in a bit when I go into the valley, because that's like a normal valley. She was on the valley last night. So, on her phone, tippity tappity, creating drama, checking locations, and probably writing the fact that, that Brock cheated on her or whatever, but whatever. We'll talk about all that in just a bit. All I know is that she is a little bit of a drama queen. First, before we get into all of that, I want to remind you guys that this week's episode is brought to you by my favorite dog food of all time, and that is Ollie. Because if your dog could talk, they'd beg for Ollie. The full body tail wag, the excited little hops, the big goofy grin. That's the Ollie effect. Ollie delivers clean, fresh nutrition in 5 drool-worthy flavors, even for the pickiest eaters. Made in U.S. kitchens with highest quality human-grade ingredients, Ollie's food contains no fillers, no preservatives, just real food. And here's the thing. Healthier food means a happier pup, more energy, shinier coats, better poops, and more excitement at mealtimes. With 5 protein-packed recipes like fresh beef with sweet potatoes or fresh turkey with blueberries, even the pickiest eaters can't resist. You might think, dang, my dog eats better than I do, and that's probably true when it comes to Ollie. So Ollie is super easy. I was actually just on the app just now, and you guys know I use Ollie. I've shown you many, many times on my Instagram stories. I have a freezer filled with Ollie. I love the app. It's super easy to use. You just introduce your pup to Ollie, and you add your dog's birthday, and you pick which foods you like. And I don't know if you can see the kinds, my camera is not really focusing, but I picked the beef dish with sweet potatoes, the pork dish with apples, and the turkey dish with blueberries. I get the 4-week supply. I freeze the individual packs, and then I thaw them the week of. You just open them. I mash them up. I add dry food, and there you go. My dogs love them. Dogs deserve the best, and that means fresh, healthy food. Head to ollie.com/dailydose. Tell them all about your dog and use code DailyDose to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a happiness guarantee on the first box, so if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/dailydose and enter code DailyDose to get 60% off your first box. All right. Use code DailyDose. Thank you, Ollie. let's get into the first story. Okay. Quickly, Bryan Kohberger. Bryan Kohberger is a piece of shit. All right, that's it. This story is so dark, so horrible, so awful. I truly do not want to talk about it for a long time because it's so devastating and dark. Obviously, I did get into the documentary Idaho 4. It was on Amazon Prime, I believe, last week or the week before. 2 weeks ago, maybe now. I recapped it, reviewed it here on the show. It's an important story only because it is to honor the 4 victims of this disgusting, horrible human being. Truly an American psycho, truly a serial killer, a self-admitted guilty serial killer, psychopath, Bryan Kohberger. He obviously killed these 4 beautiful students of University of Idaho and denied it for years until he finally, right before the trial started, decided that he was going to take a guilty plea and was able to avoid the death penalty and the trial. And this is after he put these 4 families and so many other people just through hell and back. It is an awful story. I knew that the sentencing was going to be today. I specifically did not want to watch it. I know that that sounds sad, but I just don't need more tragedy to undertake. And I get it if you guys didn't want to either. I don't think that makes you a bad person, but this is when the impact statements were able to be read. I don't feel the need to share them with you guys. I don't feel like we have to watch them. If you choose to, you can rewatch them on any court TV or any YouTuber here online. Emily D. Baker was streaming it. They all were. The judge broke down. The prosecutors broke down. The entire room broke down. I will show you guys, not video. I don't want to do that, but I will show you guys some pictures, just Daily Mail. Had, some footage of it. Here's, different family members spoke. They called him different things: basic, pathetic, evil. The sister of Kaylee, her name is Olivia, spelled Alivea. She really went into him. She ordered him to sit up straight as he spoke. And I think that's amazing. She talked down to him like as he deserves. She called him a delusional, pathetic, hypochondriac loser. She said that if Kaylee was sitting up at least when he came in there, she would have kicked his ass. The surviving roommate, Dylan, spoke and broke down in tears. She called him less than human and a hollow vessel. Multiple people spoke, and officials confirmed. Oh, this is interesting. Officials confirmed this Papa Roger social media account does not belong to Kohberger, which is really interesting, because that was like that conspiracy theory that we had talked about from the documentary. That's kind of interesting. I didn't see that until just this moment. But that's really interesting. This is his family leaving court this morning. Also, I mean, who is this woman smiling? That's the attorney. I feel like his attorney has this like perma smile. I don't get it. Like, stop smiling. What's going on with the smile? I saw her smile also sitting in there. I did see that. Yeah, they called him a monster. I mean, they called him everything. The judge even broke down in tears at some point. Which, how could you not? How could you not? How do you not cry or tear up sitting and listening when every single person in that room is tearing up listening to this man's account or the accounts of the family hurting? I mean, you can't if you don't have a heart. He broke down with emotion, the judge, as he called Kohberger a baseless coward and said that no parent ever should have to bury their child. You know who probably wouldn't cry is Judge Bev. Just kidding. I have no idea. This is a picture of the judge crying. Really so sad. This mother effer, Kohberger, gets asked, is there anything you would like to say? And he says, I respectfully decline in this moment. Piece of crap. Doesn't even have a moment to say anything. Xana's mom spoke. I mean, everyone. Xana's sister Jasmine spoke. Xana's aunt. I mean, many, many people spoke. So just remember this face as a piece of shit. Now, that is that. Sad day. Very sad day. And he was sentenced to 4 life sentences, and it's not enough. And he didn't even have the decency to explain himself. And just absolutely horrible. Just absolutely horrible. And that's all you can say about that. Like, where do you go with that? Right? Where do you go with that? I just saw something on the side of Daily Mail that caught my eye, and I need to read this. Is this real? Oh my God. Have you guys seen this about Candace Owens? Hold on, we have to look at this. Brigitte and Emmanuel and Macron launched defamation case against Candace Owens over preposterous claim French First Lady was born a man. Oy, oy, oy. Wow. So Candace Owens, like right during the entire Blake Lively drama, right, like in the middle of the Blake Lively craziness, when Candace was getting so many views from the Blake Lively stuff, she's just started going into the whole Brigitte Macron being a man. And I never watched any of that because I have no interest in, my feelings. I have no interest whatsoever in Candace Owens whatsoever. The only time I ever watched her was when she talked about Blake. And so I never watched any of this. But it says the Macrons filed a 218-page lawsuit in Delaware on Wednesday, accusing the right-wing podcaster of publishing outlandish, defamatory, and far-fetched fictions that fueled a lie-filled campaign of global humiliation and relentless bullying. Owens attacked Miss Macron in a now-deleted YouTube video posted in March, propagating the false claim that she's a biological man. Why did she delete it? Wait, why did Candace delete it? That's interesting. It says the American commentator said she based her allegations on a thorough investigation by French blogger Natasha Ray, who is also being sued by the Macrons. Mr. and Miss Macron said in a statement, because Miss Owens systematically reaffirmed these falsehoods in response to each of our attorneys' repeated requests for a retraction, we ultimately concluded that referring the matter to a court of law was the only remaining avenue for remedy. Miss Owens' campaign of defamation was plainly designed to harass and cause pain to us and our families and to garner attention and notoriety. We gave her every opportunity to back away from these claims, but she refused. It is our earnest hope that this lawsuit will set the record straight and end this campaign of defamation once and for all. The 22-count complaint speaks an unspecified amount of compensatory and punitive damages. Damn. Sending this to Zach. That's wild. She also did another video. I do remember she did another video. I don't watch her, like I told you, but she posted something that like showed up on someone else's account where they posted it on X, a little clip of her saying that, and I don't know if this is confirmed or not. Is this true or not? That Donald Trump had apparently called her on the phone and forced her, and Zach just responded, OMG. And forced her to to remove it. Like literally, not force her, asked her to remove it. I can't remember the clip where she said something along the lines like she got a phone call from Donald Trump who said, "Can you not do that anymore?" And I don't know if that's true or not. And is that why she deleted the video? I have no idea. Like I said, I really, really do not keep up with her in the sense of it. But I guess, according to Kim, it says Candace's videos of her becoming Brigitte series is still up on YouTube. So if that's still on there, then why did she delete the specific one? Which one are they talking about that is actually deleted? It says there is one that is actually deleted. This is so interesting to me. The getting sued for defamation. There has to be something that Candace Owens and people like her, and I don't say just her, but people like Candace Owens, all these people that really go into these like investigative videos. What line do they put that they don't cross the line of defamation? Because she, like I said, I didn't watch it. I know a lot of you guys did. What are they doing to prepare themselves so that they don't get sued? Obviously, if she's getting sued, she must have done something to cross the line. I'm sure she's going to be able to protect herself. I wonder what happened or what she was able to not do to get, like, I'm very curious. I'm very curious. Let's see. Hold on.
Hi.
Zach Peter, live from Philly.
Live from Philly, live and in the flesh.
Oh my God, Zach, I just sent you this breaking news article that Candace Owens is getting sued for defamation over calling Brigitte Macron a man.
Well, now they have to prove that Brigitte Macron is not a man.
What do you think about this?
It's kind of crazy. I mean, that's kind of what she was saying is like, sue me if it's not true. And now here they are. They're suing her for libel. Do you think they're going to win? Do you think
I was just telling my audience, I never watched any of Candace's stuff other than the Blake Lively stuff. So I have no idea, but you watched this series.
No, I tried to, and it was just kind of wackadoodle that I couldn't get through it.
So you don't know how far she went with it?
So from what I do know, because I have kind of peeked in, because the first time I ever heard that Brigitte Macron could be a man was through Candace Owens. And I was like, wait, that's crazy. Is that real? No. But then so her whole thing is there are no like real authenticated. Well, actually, so what is it that they're suing her for exactly?
Defamation.
Well, obviously, but like, what did she say specifically that they're trying to dispute?
It doesn't really say. It says specifically reaffirm these falsehoods that she's publishing outlandish, defamatory, and far-fetched fiction.
Miss Owens has promoted a preposterous narrative about the Macrons, including incendiary and verifiably false accusations of identity theft, incest, violent crimes, and mind control.
Libel case. So it's libel.
Well, it's defamation. There are two forms of defamation. There's it's libel, and it's, why am I blanking on the other one? Libel means it's spoken word, and the other one is written out. Libel, and what's the other term for defamation? Types. Why is my brain? Sorry, my brain. I was putting
slander.
Slander. Oh wait, slander is when you say it. Libel is when you write it. That's interesting that they're suing her for libel then, because it's technically slander.
Maybe libel is used when you're in a video.
She made some strong claims. So she's claiming that not only is Brigitte Macron actually a man, which may be true, but she's also saying that, you know, she prayed when she prayed on Emmanuel Macron, who's the president of France. She prayed on him, and then is somehow either like his dad or his brother. I don't know. The whole thing is crazy.
So there's a tweet in this. Let me share it with you guys. There's a tweet that they're referring to in this article, And I don't see a date on it. I wish there was. And it says this episode is blowing up. So I just want to say, this is Candace Owens' tweet. This episode is blowing up. So I just want to say, after looking into this, I would stake my entire
Oh, so
professional
this is what they're
reputation.
suing her for. This is the libel because it's in a tweet.
Oh, so maybe they're just suing based on a tweet because she's now deleted the episode, is what they're saying in the article. After looking into this, I would stake my entire professional reputation on the fact that Brigitte Macron is in fact a man. Any journalist or publication that is trying to dismiss this plausibility is immediately identifiable as establishment. I have never seen anything like this in my life. The implications here are terrifying. I do not intend to let up on this story, and I am calling on other journalists to look into this explosive story and report accordingly. So that is 100%
That's
one.
libel. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's staking her entire reputation on the fact that she is a man.
The
It
fact that she's a man. Wow.
and she doesn't say apparently.
Yeah, she said that Brigitte's Emmanuel's father, which is crazy.
Wait, she says Brigitte is Emmanuel's father?
I think that was one of the theories that was presented in her series.
That she's married to her son?
Yeah.
Shut up.
That's why the claims are of incest.
Okay, well, that's why it's really problematic. Not the fact that she's a man. That wouldn't be, I mean, that would be weird to lie about that to the world, I guess, but it would be weird. It would be awful if that was really the case, right?
Yeah, they're saying that the Macrons have been driven to despair by online abuse stemming from claims that she was born a man and had sexually abused her future husband when he was a boy because he was underage, I guess, when they met. But that was the other crazy part is they did meet when he was underage. I think he was like 16. Emmanuel was like 16 at the time.
Yeah, but so
there's
did
a lot
Celine
of fishy.
Dion Celine Dion met her husband when she was like 12. No one like batted an eye at that.
Owens took to social media in March 2024 to announce that she was waging her entire career, her professional reputation on the theory that Brigitte was born Jean-Michel Trugno, I don't know, the actual name of her older brother before transitioning at age 30. The conspiracy theory alleges that Brigitte did not give birth to any of her 3 children and that her first husband, a 69-year-old retired banker said to have died a recluse in 2020, never existed.
Holly is asking, what is the age of consent in France? That is an interesting question.
The wild claims stem from
7.
an article published in September 2021 by a French magazine, which initially went unnoticed, but the allegations were seized upon after far-right blogger and contributor Natasha Ray.
Yes, that's the first person.
And a clairvoyant. They covered it in a YouTube interview. Okay. The Macrons initiated legal proceedings against Ray, and the pair were initially found guilty of libel and fined. The Paris Court of Appeal earlier this month overturned the convictions, reading that claims made by them were made in good faith and repeated information that was already in the public domain. Okay, so they lost that case. The Macrons lost the case against the 2 of them on YouTube. The shock ruling prompted a fresh wave of abuse directed at the First Lady on social media, and she was absolutely devastated. The Macrons have taken that case to the court of... So here's the thing. And even though Candace's claims, I don't think that this is her dad. Like, that's a wild wackadoodle.
That feels like a push that she shouldn't have taken.
I agree. Well, yeah, they think that maybe it's the dad and that she took on her real identity is now her brother, and the photos of her happen to be... There's a lot of shadiness, I will say, that's coming from the Macrons because they're not directly answering.
Yeah, because it says the original relationship between the French President Macron and his 72-year-old wife. Wow, that is a big difference.
Yes,
has long been a subject of,
that's 30 years.
Has long been a subject of fascination at home and abroad since they met in 1992. She was 39, a married mother of 3. That's like, yeah, that's wild. And a teacher at the French Catholic school in Amiens. He was 14 and a pupil in the same class as one of her daughters when they first crossed paths. Brigitte later divorced her husband and began a relationship with Macron while he was in his late teens. Yeah, that's not
That's what I'm
good,
saying. It's super shady. It's
no matter
super
what.
like twisted, like all of that. But I think Candace really went very hard with her strong statements about believing that Brigitte was a man and is now pretending to be a woman. I
They're
don't know.
saying that this
Listen,
little girl right here sitting on the knee is Brigitte.
that's what Brigitte claims, but Candace has other theories. Again, you have to watch her series. It's like a long series. I didn't watch it all. All I do know for a fact is that Brigitte looks like E.T.
That's your words, not mine.
Remember when E.T. had the wig on?
That's your words, not mine. I don't like to say things like this. But
Is
unless
that
it's,
my Colonel Kurtz moment?
yeah, you're gonna get canceled now. But um, but
Everyone in the live chat agrees with me.
they can all say it, but I don't want
Allegedly.
to. I don't want to. But I will say that, I mean, Emmanuel is a very good looking man. I didn't
Yeah.
like I didn't like how he was pushed around on that plane.
Oh, when she punched him, yeah, on the plane.
That was a crazy moment. So what's gonna happen now? Now I feel like I wonder how other media is covering it. Obviously, that was just the Daily Mail. Where else can we look? Like, what are the
I
sides
feel like
saying?
they're gonna. I mean, they love to just throw it. Just throw Candace Owens out the window. So I feel like all the headlines are gonna start to flood in now. She's been
What is
saying
Candace
threaten.
Owens saying about it?
I haven't seen what she said about it.
Let's see what Candace Owens is saying
I'm
if she's
sure
fighting
normally
back
she
immediately.
posts a ton on her stories. Let's see.
Yeah, you go to her stories. I'm sure she's fighting back immediately, right?
That's her MO. Oh, it's official. Brigitte Macron has just launched a lawsuit against the author of Becoming Brigitte. Not against her. For
Here she
cyberbullying. She says she says I'm going live. She's covering the Epstein files. Okay.
she reposted this saying the Macrons just made the most spectacular PR blunder I've ever seen in my entire life, maybe the worst ever. She reposted it saying Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Macron sue right-wing podcaster Candace Owens over claims First Lady was born a man.
Yeah.
So she's going to obviously
Well,
spin
here,
this into saying that it is the worst thing she's ever done in her entire life. And so on the show today, it's official. Brigitte is now suing the author of Becoming Brigitte for cyberbullying. Am I next? Well, oh, this was 23 hours ago.
Oh, she just posted. It's the way that I keep learning about my life through the press with laughing face emojis. And then she wrote, I will be coming for this wig today. Stay tuned.
Stop. She's coming for the wig. So look,
Bobblehead.
she's going to do everything she possibly can to turn this into more views. That is what she's very good at. Candace Owens, if we can say one thing about her, is she turns everything into content and she pulls headlines into content. I am not like I said, I am not a fan of her spin on everything, but I'm curious to see where this is going to go.
I
Because
just want to know, is she a man or is she not a man? That's all I
because if
care
they're
about.
suing her to prove it's defamation, don't you have to prove it's a lie?
Yes, but also like look at the Amber Heard case. She lost based on a tweet. And it was because she implied that she was the victim of SV. Or SA, not harassment like Blake Lively, but the assault.
Yeah.
And it was because they couldn't prove that specific thing ever happened, but she included it in her tweet. Like it was like a very slim margin that they were able to get Amber Heard on. Ultimately, I think she was lying about probably 90% of her story. But I feel like it's absolutely like there's something that Candace said that was probably very like, it was like a declaration and she was very confident and they're going to get off on that one little thing and they're going to be able to prove defamation.
So
The hard part with defamation, I don't know what the laws are in France, but at least in the US, if it's against a public figure, you have to knowingly defame them knowing that the information is false. Whereas in this case, Candace believes what she's saying, number one. And number two, you also have to show malice, like intent. There was an intent, like I was trying to hurt you. And I don't like that. That's why public figure defamation cases are really hard.
So that's what Katie just said. Since they're public figures, they would have to prove actual malice. So they have to prove that Candace Owens knew it was a lie.
And continue to perpetuate it with the intention of trying to hurt them, hurt their reputation.
It's really interesting. I absolutely, defamation is a huge, huge hill to climb when it comes to this. However, it does get very dangerous here when you have huge audiences. And if you are perpetuating an untruth, and I'm not even talking about the Macrons, right? We're just talking about in general, or I'm just talking about in general. If I was to do a huge series, like if I had 5 million followers, I mean, I believe Candace Owens has like 5 million YouTube subscribers. I don't know exactly. But these Joe Rogan types, Candace Owens, come up with some more. I don't know. These people that have massive audiences.
Yeah.
If you decide to do a tell-all series, and she does a very good job at these, right? She has huge producers, I imagine, great researchers, the resources that like really help her. She's very good at her delivery. You can really make people believe anything.
Yep.
Right? So she can really take down someone from top to bottom. We happen to agree with her on the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni side, but can you imagine she was against Justin?
Oh yeah, she would be going hard.
The world would hate Justin. The world would hate Justin if she had chosen a different side.
Yeah, I agree.
So you have to think about that. So it's actually really, really scary, the influence some of these people have on platforms like YouTube. So you do want to make sure that people have the correct facts.
Yeah.
And like, I don't care if Brigitte is a man or not. Like, that doesn't bother me at all.
I do. I want to know if she's a man. I just want confirmation.
Well, someone was asking earlier in the comments, someone was asking, Zach, why do you care so much?
Because it's just a fascinating story. Is she a man or isn't she a man? It's kind of not that hard.
No, it's not that hard. But why does it matter to the world, I guess?
I think anytime, why did it matter that Kyle was scissoring Morgan Wade? Like, if you have a secret and you're keeping it in the closet, like, people are going to have interest in it. Why are you getting mad at me for being interested in if she's a man or not a man? I can give a shit about what I want to give a shit about.
I'm not getting mad. I'm wondering why the public. So I think what it comes down to is transparency. You're a public figure. You're a servant of the people. You are not just a private person. You are a politician. People vote for you. I am sorry, but I agree with you. If you are a politician that people vote for, you're a president, you're a prime minister, you're a governor, you're a mayor, and you are married to someone, I think that the world deserves transparency. I'm with you on this. It doesn't matter about gender, sexual orientation. We don't care if you are a man, a woman, or you cosplay as a dinosaur in your private time, but the people need to know the truth. That's what I agree. I agree.
Yep.
I'm not against the truth. And then people can decide.
Handle the truth.
No, you can't handle the truth, Zach.
I can handle the truth. I'm like, pull up the skirt. Let's see.
Can you act, Zach? Someone called you a mean guy.
Okay.
Zach, can you get a little Zactivated for us just for
I just did.
No, but more.
More? What more
do you want? Let's get a viral moment. Can I ask you about Crystal Ball?
Oh God, I'm over that loser.
You know, I'm blocked now. Like, we're blocked, so I don't see her in my feed, and my life is so much better.
I don't block many people, but I blocked her.
It has been so much better without her in my life.
Yeah. I have to say, I'm at so much more peace.
Yeah, I'm in peace too. Amy says, I think that society is in a stage where we are looking for truth and authenticity. I agree.
Period.
I agree. Zach, can you give us some truth and authenticity about you?
Everything's out there. What do you want me to know?
I don't know. Come out of the closet.
Okay. I'm straight.
So I guess if you want to choose, you can go ahead and watch the video series about Macron before it gets pulled.
See, if anything, this is going to be more people are now going to go watch the video, and Candace is going to make a lot more money off of it.
That's the thing about anyone going after content creators. It just pushes the content.
Yeah, they're fucking idiots. Did you see Amber Heard's attorney was like, yeah, go Blake. I was like, first of all, Elaine, sit down. Like, you fumbled the ball with Amber Heard. You lost the case. You became a joke. And now you think you still want to give us some legal commentary? Sit down, lady. Get
Do
a new
you
haircut.
do you think that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are like, so yeah, Team Macron right now? They're so happy that Candace is getting sued for defamation because they're going to try to do
Yeah.
it too.
Oh, yeah.
They're probably like next on the list to sue her.
Yeah, for sure. I think do you think there's a world where they're going to start launching lawsuits after all of us? I don't know what they could sue any of us for.
Well, apparently, according to the world, I should be in jail for talking about Blake Lively. Not according to the world, but according to
The
her
Blake
fans.
bots. Yeah, all the Blake bots. They're just wait. It's coming. It's coming.
If Zach and I ruled the world, it would be a wild place. Can you imagine? So I find it really interesting that it is that it's open season to go after people for saying things. But yeah, there should be boundaries about what you can say online. I do agree with that. There should be boundaries of what you can and can't say. You shouldn't be able to say complete falsities. But there's just it's such a hard time because every day I see people lying online. Every day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Look, people are so interesting about where I guess the line is drawn, you know? Anyway, okay, so wait, what was I going to talk about really fast before you go? Did you watch it kind of looks like you're on a cruise ship right now. Did you watch the Amy Bradley documentary?
No, what happened? She got trafficked, didn't she?
Well, that's the theory, but I think this is where we're going to change. I'm going to change
What do
people's
you
minds.
think?
Well, it's going to be tough because you didn't watch it. So,
Well, what do you think?
I thought she got trafficked, and now I think her parents are shady demons.
You think they did something to her?
I don't know.
You think they trafficked her? You think they
No.
sold her?
No, but I think that her parents something is not adding up. You guys
They
don't
pushed her off the boat.
get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. But I think
Well,
there's
say it.
something.
Say it, Brigitte. Get to the.
I think that her parents, the timeline does not add up.
Okay.
In the movie, in the documentary, I've been in the scroll hole of Amy. And in the movie,
perineum.
I've never been in anyone's perineum. Thank God. My name is not Ryan Reynolds. In the movie, the parents have this weird asshole timeline. And what happens is the dad says that 5:30 in the morning, he wakes up and sees her legs sleeping on a balcony of a cruise ship. Now, Zach, have you ever been on a cruise ship?
No.
Okay.
No interest.
Should I take you on one?
Nope.
It's a perfect place for you to disappear.
Then absolutely not.
Oh, okay. They're laying on, he sees his daughter on a freaking balcony, sleeping, passed out on a balcony on a cruise ship at 5:30 when the sun's not even up. And I guess I'll leave her there. What kind of crazy ass parenting is that? No parent, I've never seen anything like that. Any parent would wake up and be like, hey, actually, you know what? This is a perfect moment for you to, I shouldn't even tell you. I'm going to let my new bestie, don't know his name, but he had a great TikTok about it. In fact, I'm going to show you guys him. He's amazing. Everyone should go and follow him. His name is Steven's Opinion. His whole page is dedicated to theories on this and why it's not something's up. And he has changed my mind on everything. Okay. Steven's Opinion, he did 2 parts on just the dad, but this is shady. There's so many shady things.
I should disclose I worked on a cruise ship for a year and a half, too long. But so I do understand a little bit about a cruise.
I don't know why he has
so
music on in the background.
When breakfast is starting to be served, there's not many places you can really realistically be on a cruise ship. You can be at the buffet spot or the couple spots that the restaurants that might be open for breakfast, which is like not many. So for him to leave and search for her wouldn't have taken, if he really searched every single possible eatery, would have taken maybe, let's say, I would say realistically 15 minutes. Now I feel like referenced a few minutes of searching, and then he was back and saying she's gone. To me, especially, I mean, I know it takes 15 minutes because I know exactly which restaurants. Again, when I worked on a cruise ship, I know. But as a guest, you don't know that. So if you're doing a full sweep of just the breakfast spots, it would have taken a bit longer. His timeline is just very strange to me. But he gets back in this room, wakes up the mother, who now we're finding out is waking up. All this time, and I'm not trying to be funny, but all this time people have been in and out, all kinds of conversations. And she's never woken up. She's never, at least she's not saying anything in this.
I'm sorry. A mom does not wake up with 15 people walking in and out of a room, a little cruise ship room. Zach, you're not a mom. No mom has ever slept through people walking in and out of their room ever before. And also on a cruise ship, do you know those those hotel rooms? Open, close, open, close. They click, they're loud. These people are drunk. They're going in and out of the balcony. They're smoking cigarettes. They're opening. Do you know a balcony door on a cruise ship? You think that shit's quiet?
No. Are you coming for the sanctity of motherhood, Donna?
Yes, I think mothers should be less sleepers. Or stronger, less.
Ooh,
They should
Katie
wait.
said she was 21, not 12.
Oh, so exactly. JT, I'm a mom. Absolutely would not stay asleep. Would be super
Mamacita.
annoyed though. Hell yeah. I would be like, go the fuck to sleep, kids. I
I'm a
paid for this
mommy.
cruise. Go to sleep. I would be like Bethany. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. What? Maybe the parents took Ambien? Exactly. Do you know what people do on Ambien? Weird
Kill people.
things.
Push people off the boat.
I don't know. I don't think that they pushed her. I'm just saying something is weird here. Now, the dad.
Particular documentary. She's not saying like, oh yes, I remember when they came in at 3 and they were like, and I was like, hey guys, how was it? Or whatever. That didn't come up. So whatever. So hold on. So I think, but that's the last part of the dad that I want to talk about right now. I want to jump to the emails or the letters, whichever it was, that he was sending to the girlfriend of Amy. I was like, the nerve. Then, because I believe the girlfriend said the word she used was disappointment. It was.
There's a whole other side of this that we're not even talking about. Oh, by Zach. Hold on. Let me get Zach back. That we're not even talking about. Zach, Amy had just come out of the closet. Okay. You know this feeling.
Yes,
Amy
I
had
do.
just come out of the closet. The dad was not happy about it. Daddy Bradley sent Amy's girlfriend a 3-page letter right before the cruise talking about how disappointed he was in Amy and her relationship. 3 pages. Is that not a little weird?
I think it's all weird. I need to watch the documentary now so that I'm caught up. 'Cause I don't know if I can trust your instincts. You thought Blake Lively was innocent.
And you thought Karen Reed killed John O'Keefe.
No, I didn't. I was joking.
Stop
I never thought she
rewriting
actually did it.
history.
I never thought she actually did it. I was joking. I would just say that to get you fired up.
Well, it works. So I just think that there's certain things that are a little bit strange about this entire story. The brother goes to a club with Amy the night before that
Mhm.
she's missing in the cruise ship. They're partying. Can you imagine it? Whoa, whoa. They're partying. They're drinking. Their faces off. They're hammered. And then he leaves her there. Who leaves a woman alone at a nightclub, drunk off their ass, leaves her there, goes back to the room alone, lets her stay in the club with men, with whoever, trusts her enough there alone that in the morning when they can't find her for 20 minutes, they
Ooh.
panic that she's missing and they're so concerned that they need to call security for 20 minutes. But they were so okay with her being left at a club the night before. Something is up. Have you ever misplaced your daughter for 20 minutes on a cruise ship and immediately wanted to call the authorities? That's weird. Something is Rock.
You think they sold her?
No.
Oh. So what do you think?
That the story doesn't make sense, that they
Right, so then what do
immediately
you think happened? Could you imagine you throw your daughter off a boat and then 20 years later that you're like, "Yeah, we got away with it," and then there's a documentary, and then suddenly it's the hot topic on Daily Dose of Donna?
I think that they have been pushing the narrative that she's missing and she's still alive, because I think the dad maybe has a feeling that she did fall off or jump and doesn't want to admit it to himself. So he feels guilty because he was the last person that saw her alive and doesn't want to admit it to himself. Because the brother is on Twitter right now, completely going down this path of like all these wild theories. The partitions on the balcony could open, and I think she went into the neighbor's door. He says, two Black women that were part of the Scientology room, Scientology church came and talked to us before. All these men on the boat were hitting on her. All these people saw her, like all these theories, but they won't even touch the idea that she maybe fell into the water.
Why?
Something
Oh, like he just wants to like
they
detach.
don't
Yeah.
want to even fathom the possibility that she just fell.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll see.
Well, okay, you seem very interested in this. You're like Stu when you told Stu about Scheana.
Well, because I don't know anything about it, and you're just like, she didn't fall, or maybe she fell. Like, I'm like, I know nothing about this story. Let's talk about Brigitte's dick again.
Allegedly, stop.
Allegedly.
Don't get me sued.
Allegedly.
Do I need to get? You're making me feel like you're Andy Cohen and I'm Dorit. Every time I'm with you.
I think we need to have a watch of the documentary, and then we need to reconvene because somebody in the live chat's like, Donna, you need to rewatch this. So I don't know. I thought she was trafficked. So now you're telling me that Heather Gay threw her off the wagon. I don't know.
Heather Gay.
Remember, she played the game, Who Would You Throw Off the Wagon?
Oh my God. We will definitely talk about it. So Zach, okay. Zach, you go unless you want to talk about the Valley with me.
No.
Okay.
I haven't seen the Valley. I'm not caught up on the Valley, or else I would.
It was a wild episode because we're going to talk so much.
The finale, right? It was the finale?
The finale of the Valley. And we're going to finish talking about Amy Bradley, and we're going to talk about the Valley and Jax Taylor on another level. I literally despise the man so much. If he was in front of me, I would cunt punch him. Am I allowed to say that?
You just did.
Okay, I'm Not a Bot has the best.
Okay. Yes, I have to finish putting together the show for tonight, and then I have to like get ready and actually leave to the show in like a little bit.
Okay, so I will see you on Saturday.
Sunday.
For our Sunday show.
The show is on Sunday. Can you imagine it? Oh.
All right, we love you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, so we have to keep talking about, I'm telling you 1000% that this Amy Bradley thing is shady. Watch this guy, Steven Has Opinions. What is it called? I can't remember his TikTok. Watch that. And then also my friend Eliza Rosen, shout out, has sent me all these other things from the Reddit. If you go to Netflix documentaries on Reddit, you will see so many theories. One person says, I think I agree with your comment the most. I definitely don't think anyone in the family killed her, but I do think that they were very dysfunctional. I can almost hear the arguments now. I also don't really believe she killed herself. I just think she was doing something risky while drinking, i.e. sitting on railing, climbing to take a pic, and fell. Dad heard her scream and woke up, but has no conscious memory of it. I don't think this was a happy family on a bonding trip. Dad won it, and they all tried to get along for it. Amy doesn't even look happy in most of the cruise pics, to be honest. And no, it's not because some mysterious human trafficker was stalking her. She was probably arguing on and off with her parents. Listen, we don't really know what kind of story they've told themselves about their family life. We don't know the kind of story that they've told themselves about their relationships with each other. We don't know about, in that moment, it's very, very possible that she was like, I don't get along so well with my mom and dad because they don't accept me for who I am. She at that moment was an out gay woman who was in love with another woman who her dad did not accept. And she wanted to live her life. She was drinking heavily, her brother said. And yet the mom and dad and even the brother say 100 times throughout the documentary that every man on the ship was obsessed with Amy. They kept saying oh my God, all the men loved Amy on the ship. All the men couldn't stop getting along couldn't stop hitting on Amy, couldn't stop hitting on Amy. And I can't help but think, like, when you look at a picture of Amy, yes, she's a beautiful girl, but like, this is the girl that all the men can't stop hitting on. It's a little weird. It is a little weird. Let's be real. Like, I'm sure there was a lot of gorgeous women on this ship. This is the girl that all the men are like falling in love with. I mean, she looks like a lesbian woman. She doesn't look like this like feminine girl that like all men would be falling in love with. It's a little bit strange. The dad and the mom and the brother are like telling themselves that this girl is like this voluptuous, like Jessica Rabbit girl. It doesn't track. Kirsten says she was one of the youngest ladies on the ship. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It's a Mexico, Bahamas cruise. Also, the fact that they're spending the week in a one-room trip. Like, they said that they won it on an insurance trip. A mother, a father, a 23-year-old, and a 21-year-old boy and girl. I'm sorry. I don't know if I would say yes to that ever. I would tell I would pay the money for an extra room. A 23-year-old and a 21-year-old with a mom and dad, like, it wouldn't work. In a cruise cabin, one room, I would lose my mind. That is impossible. Like, with the snoring, with the sounds, with the bathroom. How? The beds aren't even big. Just pay for another room or just go alone without your kids. That's weird. I'm sorry. I think that's weird. Something is up. Like, something feels off about this. Now, I understand people have seen her. They say they have seen her. They say. I don't know. Michael says, and farts. You can't pay for extra room and like all likely already booked. I don't know. Guys. That's why she was sleeping on the balcony, but she didn't sleep on the balcony every other night. Just when she was wasted. Someone else commented on the Reddit saying, I am more inclined to think that they really pushed her to go on this trip in an effort to create some distance between her and her girlfriend, especially if they had any inkling she was trying to get back together with her. I think they were trying to point out every male to her, thinking she was going to turn her straight on her cruise. Her formal night pic, she doesn't look happy. And in some of the poses, they have her posing with her brother looking like a prom picture. She leaned towards masculine presenting, so I'm guessing she wasn't happy in that dress. And it makes me wonder if she was the one who took those pictures of herself from the photo area of the ship and tossed them because she hated them. There's definitely something off. Is that not interesting? Someone else said, there's definitely something off about her family's account of that trip. I don't think that they did anything nefarious to her, but I don't think that they were having this happy little family time of their lives. If they had been trying to omit the fact that she was gay all of these years. Oh, by the way, the documentary was the first time that they ever admitted that she was gay in public. This documentary, the Netflix documentary, they have never, ever, ever said that she was gay in public on any documentary, on any interview ever. So 27 years, they've kept that secret. 27 years. So I guarantee you the interviews with the girlfriend and stuff, that was not happy for them to see. And then it says, my sister died by suicide last year. This is a comment on Reddit. And if you asked anyone that knew her, they would describe her as the life of the party, outgoing, and this larger than life personality. Very similar to how Amy's friends and mom described her. I learned that you never can assume you really know a person or what they're capable of. It's very possible. Not saying that it happened. I'm just saying you really don't know what's really going on in someone's mind. Okay, we'll keep talking about it until we're over talking about it. Let's move on and talk about the Valley. Jax Taylor it's done. It's done. It's done. Jax Taylor is the worst in the world. Okay. And I'm so glad he's off the show. The finale of the Valley is basically an episode. I mean, we could talk about all the different things that happen, but really it comes down to Jax and Brittany finally having a conversation. The first time since they tried to have a conversation the other night. Jax pretending like he's this healed human being and having like a guy's night at his townhome, and then deciding to go completely and project all of his anger and all of his shit onto Danny, piece of shit. And oh my God, Enrique's so cute. He goes, Donna, almost everything you watch, I know nothing about, and I still stay. I love you. And then Janet also. I mean, Janet was kind of like non-existent in this episode, although she said a couple wild things at the beginning when she asked for Kristen Doty to. She goes, I wish Kristen Doty would hit me so that she could go to jail and they could take off her engagement ring and put it in a little plastic baggie. I mean, who says these things? Janet is evil. Janet needs to go far, far away. Jax is not sober. He says he's sober. He's not sober. I mean, he was on Watch What Happens Live and says he's sober, but he's taking a shot in this party. He's drinking throughout the entire episode. He has a fridge on his balcony at his house filled with beer and vodka. If you are a sober man, you don't carry and hold all kinds of alcohol at your own home. He is filled with lies. He is completely on either drugs or alcohol constantly, okay? This man pretends that he is perfect. He is healed. He is wonderful. Brittany's the problem. It's not me. It's not my problem. It's not ever going to be my issue. It's always them. He has all these guys at his house and he's trying to look how great my life is. And everyone's just like, yeah, it's great. And he starts this smear campaign against Danny. Well, Danny's a problem. When Danny gets drunk, he does all these bad things. Meanwhile, Danny has not been drinking to prove a point to everyone that he doesn't need to drink. And maybe Danny does have a little bit of a drinking problem when he drinks. You know, there are some people that do drink too much when they start drinking, meaning they have like a little bit of a binge issue. Like if they start drinking, they get too drunk, or maybe they're just not good when they drink. That doesn't make you an alcoholic. I think an alcoholic is more someone that, really can't function well on a daily basis. They need to be consistently drinking. I actually don't know the real true definition, or if there's a definition, but maybe Danny doesn't have the best relationship with alcohol when he drinks. He's aware of it, and so he's not drinking. He didn't drink in Hawaii, not once. I didn't know that. They didn't make a deal out of that when they were in Hawaii, but he didn't drink, and he has not drank since. So he has not been drinking, okay? He's chosen to show the world, the cast, the cameras, the audience, I don't need alcohol. I am still Danny. And he's been fine. Everything's great. Instead, at this Zen party at the end of the show, Jax Taylor decides, after he sits down with Brittany and has the most disgusting conversation with Brittany, where he decides to completely gaslight her and make it about her problems, about how she's the worst. And then he says, I'm going to wait until the very last minute to sign those divorce papers, just to pour salt in the wounds, or like lemon in the cut, or whatever they say. He then goes and drinking, because he talks about it. He's like, I'm going to drink. I have no problem with drinking. I just have a problem with anger. Denial 101, right? He then decides to go and attack Danny about his problems. That would be like me going to someone and saying, you talk too much. Can you imagine me saying to someone else, you talk too much? I'm the biggest talker ever. That's like insane. You can't go to someone and tell them that they do something that you do 10 times worse. Jax is the most problematic human being. He has absolutely no leg to stand on telling anyone that they do anything. Don't make fun of me, Micah. He says, pour lemon in the cut. You know what I'm talking about. It hurts. It hurts to pour lemon in a cut. Salt in the wound, lemon in the cut. It all hurts. Acid in an open wound, you know. Anyway, he's a disaster, Kelly. Exactly. Jax is a disaster. And instead of just going to Danny and being like, listen, like, I get it. I've had some like rough nights too. Like, I feel you. I'm sorry I didn't invite you. I know. I just like, I get it. Like sympathy, like coming to him with like a little bit of like, you know, he decides to come at him like, I want to make you look like you're the problem guy because I want to look like the good guy. It's kind of like he did to Tom Sandoval. Do you remember that? When Tom Sandoval got totally attacked for Scandoval, Jax Taylor was like, it's my time to shine. Jax Taylor took advantage of Scandoval like nobody's business. He jumped out of in every possible way he could. He monetized that. He totally took advantage of that moment. He was like, guys, everyone remember me, Jax Taylor? See, I don't look bad anymore because everyone looks at Tom Sandoval as the bad guy. So like, I'm the good guy now. Remember me? I'm married. I have a house. I have a kid. I'm good now. Remember me? And we all kind of like fell into it. We fell into it. We forgot. We were like, wait, compared to Tom Sandoval, Jax Taylor's actually a good one. And like, we were like, bring Jax back. I even fell for it. I remember Jax Taylor was on Heather McDonald's show, and I even posted a TikTok. I was like, Jax is good. Bring Jax back. What a dumbass I was. I fell for Jax. I was Jaxed. Remember? Even Dylan, my son, was Jaxed last week. Exactly a week ago. He watched Jax Taylor on the Valley after show, and he was like, oh, he seems like a nice dad. We're Jaxed. So anyway, he goes and tries to push down Danny to make himself feel better. And I love how Nia comes in and stands up for her man. And Danny was like, well, you're sleeping with your staff, which I don't doubt for a second. And Jax probably has no memory of it, right? And then Jax gets more mad and more mad and more mad, and the whole place explodes. And Michelle is like, what about my Zen party? It's my Zen party. It is my Zen. And meanwhile, who do we love the most? Jessie Lally. Who would have thought that Jessie Lally was going to come out of this as the shining star? Did anyone else cry during Jessie Lally's scene when he was sitting with Michelle and saying, like, let's put our weapons down and just like try to be friends and be okay? I'm telling you, I am so like, I truly, I love Jessie Lally. I have a thing for Jessie Lally. I really feel for him. I'm not joking. I don't think he's perfect. Obviously, he's not. But I feel like the girls tried it so hard to like make him be worse than Jax. No one's worse than Jax. Jax can go eat shit. And he's off the show now. So luckily he did eat shit. So bye. Now, Scheana, tap the entire time she's at the party. I'm like texting someone. Thank you so much, Laura. Please hit the like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Scheana was over there, and she decides to, put her in her 2 cents because she can't find a camera that she doesn't want to suck to immediately. Oh, there's a camera. I need to be there. And Brock, of course, Mr. Brock, fucking Rich of Brock. It's Rich of Brock to sit there. Oh, Brittany, how you doing? Just don't know how you do it after all this time. I just don't know how you're doing it. And I'm thinking to myself, just you wait, motherfucker. Your story is about to come out. It came out already in your house. It's so Rich of Brock to stand there and judge every single man on the TV too. These guys are all horrible, by the way. All horrible. And trust me, when I'm listening to Scheana's book, even though her voice is annoying, every one of those cast members of Vanderpump Rules, they all suck. Every single last one of them. Scheana, Brock, Tom, Kristen, Katie, Stassi, Ariana, Jax, every single one of them are truly the worst people ever. They're all demons. Lisa Vanderpump, Ken, every one of them. Demons. Like, we're literally watching demons on TV. We're paying demons to entertain us on TV and calling it fun. They're all horrible human beings. They all throw each and every single one of them, each and every single one under the bus to step on top of them, to get another paycheck, to get another follower on Instagram, to get another cameo, to get another brand deal. None of them are good people. I don't care what you say. If you are on a reality TV show and you choose to make this your life and you choose to make your life in fame, and of course there's a spectrum of this because some of them are worse than others and some of them have done worse things than others. But at the end of the day, if you've chosen to be on a reality show and chosen to put yourself out there in the public eye, and I don't think any single one of them has a clean bill of goods or health. You know what I mean? I think every single one of them has a bad CV. You know what I mean? You can't look at any single one of them from any of those reality shows and be like, what a good person. They're all pieces of shit. But I'm learning a lot from Scheana's book. So far, I've learned that Scheana literally slept with all of IMDb. You think I'm joking? Scheana is pretending I just hooked up with celeb. She would not touch a man that didn't have 6 credits already on their IMDb. You think it's not a joke. Unless she literally hooked up with a guy 6 guys a day, she wouldn't have time to hook up with any guys that weren't already working actors. The list of men that she hooked up with is insane. Insane. She literally hooked up with every single man that has ever worked on TV. I don't know if she just hung out outside of Universal Studios. I don't understand. She just hung out outside of Warner Brothers gate, and she was standing there outside, anyone? I've never seen anything like it. Okay. I mean, she's pretty, but there's a lot of hot girls here in LA. You have to be a certain kind of person to only hook up with celebrities. It's weird. It's weird. And then her whole Eddie Cibrian story, how she was hooking up with a married man. And she was like, I just never Googled him. What? Miss Location Searcher? No, come on. You never Googled him. I went on one date with Lance. I didn't even go on a date with Lance. I met Lance at a bar. And by the end of the night, I knew, how many siblings he had. Shut the fuck. You never Googled it. Scheana Shay? Scheana my ass. Please. Scheana pretended that she liked to be an extra because she liked to act. I love to act. Oh my God, so funny. Yeah, Michelle says, as a mom, I'm really trying to understand why she put her full roster out there. It is a wild choice. I'm really trying to protect Summer Moon. So I want her to know all the men that could be her daddy. I'm joking, but it's really a crazy choice. Crazy choice. Now, I'm only on the part where she has finally decided to leave Shay. Shay was her first husband, who was not only an insanely addicted pill addict, who she talked about on the show, and we all saw that when she finally asked for a divorce. But when she, apparently he was also into BBWs, big, beautiful women online. She caught him into a lot of cheating. He stole money from her. He stole Vicodin from her parents. I mean, she took no prisoners. Thank God I've never met Scheana, because I would have a chapter about me. If I met Scheana, I would have a chapter about me in that book. She literally did not care in this book, which is kind of a fun read, I have to say. You don't want to read a book when there is no juice in it, right? Like when there's no scandal. It's good. It's a lot, but it's good. Robin says they didn't have Google back then. Robin, they didn't have Google when she was hooking up with Eddie Cibrian? There's no way. There is no way. When did Scheana hook up with Eddie Cibrian? Oh, and we found out that she had phone sex with John Mayer all the time. Robin, they hooked up in 2006. Yes, they did have Google. When did Google start? Can I Google when did Google start? When was Google created? 1998. Robin, are you Scheana? Are you Sheena's mom? Imam says Rob, the guy who could hang a TV in 7 minutes. No, that's another Rob. Listen, Scheana got around. If only I got so many guys. Maybe I'm just jealous. I'm like Jax. I'm projecting my own jealousy. It's so funny. Eddie Cibrian is hot, though. I think I would fall for those dimples. I'm not going to lie. But she does apologize to Brandy in the book very, very strongly. She does. Because she ended up knowing the feeling later on. Obviously, we all know that Brock cheats on her. So she knows the feeling. And once I think the feeling, you start to, you start to know. Yeah, John Mayer likes phone sex. So if any of you guys want to get into John Mayer's pants, just know that. All right, you guys. I will continue listening to the book and giving you all the juicy details, but you can listen to it on your own or buy it. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here and sending me all the love and letting me hang out with you guys with all these crazy wild news. We'll keep you updated on all the stuff. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Daily Dose of Donna. Bye.